Now let's talk about Egypt, because they are a different proposition, aren't they? Jose, how differently do you think the team will have to set up against Egypt compared to how they set up against Saudi Arabia?
Egypt has, I don't want to say the fastest, but I have to say one of the fastest players in the world. With ball, without ball, he can dribble, he can attack spaces behind defenders. I think Russia, they have to drop the block back, and they have to react better when they lose the ball, because as Peter was saying, they concede a little bit against a very naive team, against a team without any physical power, and Egypt can hurt them. So I think they have to think. Maybe it looks a contradiction, but I have to say this. I don't think Russia can score many goals. And I'm saying this after 5-0. But I don't think they can score many goals against good teams. So I think they cannot concede many goals too if they want to get results. And for me, the game against Egypt is the crucial match of the group.
Sure.
If not, they have to go to the last match against Uruguay in the searching of points.
Peter was saying they need to improve on defence. How much can you improve in 5 days? What can you do on the training field to shore things up?
You know, I am a manager. He will be until he dies, a goalkeeper. And probably we have different views of it. I think it's difficult to do it in the next 5 days. By the coaching point of view, it's difficult to do it in the next 5 days. But I think with a big, strong goalkeeper personality, demanding more from the players in that moment there, I think can improve a lot. That's why I'm always looking for leadership on the pitch, because I don't play. I can only play outside, but the game is inside. And inside, I think they have even to improve the concentration levels, because against a very short team, because from my perspective, I think that Saudi Arabia players, they were really small compared with the Russians. They had the ball in the few set pieces they had. They won balls in the air. So I think they have to improve, especially on that leadership, on that concentration, on that fear to concede goals. Because especially the teams that cannot score many goals, they have to be very solid by the defensive point of view. And again, it's a contradiction, but I don't believe that Russia can score many goals.
There are things that you can do. I mean, I agree with the goalkeeper part, that you need a strong goalkeeper that can, and we talked about that before the game.
Akinfeev,
and I think with Akinfeev, he's been so heavily criticized for many things that he's not really responsible for. You know, a good goalkeeper needs to be protected, and it is no secret that Russia are suffering from a lot of injuries from their normal defenders. So he's been, you know, the manager's been sort of taking players in and out, and he's taken, you know, older players already retired back in. But what this is going to do, this clean sheet, is actually going to give him a little bit of confidence that we can keep clean sheets, even though it's against Saudi Arabia. You know, you always, even though you win 5-0 and you play against an easy team, you always take the positives out and you tell yourself that was brilliant, and you bring that into the next game. I really agree with you on the set pieces. I think they were very, very disorganized and not very convincing. And when you play against teams that are smaller in sizes, you have to be much better than that. You have to be convincing, and every ball that you have, it's got to be cleared so everybody knows we're dealing with that. If there's a little bit of insecurity, then everybody will feel that insecurity. And I think working on set pieces will go a long way to improve the team and improve their defending, because once they have that little bit of confidence, oh, we defended that well, we can defend this, then they take it up to into open play as well. And you know, the midfield players, I thought they did really well, but they have to do more defensively as well. But it's difficult to judge it completely on the game today, I have to say that.
Certainly is. Okay, and finally, before we let you guys go, I know it's pretty late. Jose, a prediction then, perhaps Russia against Egypt? Have you got a score in mind, or?
I think it will be a draw. If I had to choose one of the three results, I would go for a draw.
Can I just ask, what have you predicted from this group?
Yeah, I was predicting Uruguay to win it and Russia to finish second.
Okay,
Good
so
call.
we're on track.
Yeah, we're on track.
And I would go for Russia to finish second with 4 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Russia and Egypt with 4 points, and
Goal score.
and hopefully Saudi will not lose
Okay.
by 6.
Let's hope not.